Hey guys, my name is John Chester, and this is my presentation on dumping garbage into the ocean and the effects it has. Dumping involves depositing all waste materials from factories, industries, ships, and sewage waste materials into the oceans and seas. Some of the materials produced by the industrial waste and sewage waste contains materials like mercury and creolite. Certain industrial waste also includes radioactive materials. Small amounts of these substances tend to have negative effects. The magnitude of ocean dumping is not just vast, but are so huge that our entire civilization could be wiped out with the intensity of irresponsible dumping. The problem with people, factories, and companies dumping waste into the ocean has been an ongoing struggle since the 1960s. Since the 1970s, there has been an effort to try to find ways to make it stop or slow it down. Dame Ellen MacArthur, a world-renowned sailor, stated that there will be more plastic in the sea than fish by the year 2050, unless the industry cleans up its act. The trash and debris in the ocean causes damaging effects to the sea animals' health and their homes. It can also create a negative effect for people who rely on oceanic ecosystems and benefits for their livelihood. The effect of these debris not only affects the ocean, but is also present in rivers and lakes. Human health and safety, navigation, and the economy are also troubled by the waste. There have been people trying to bring attention to the devastating effects to this for years now. In 1972, Congress enacted the MPRSA, which is the Marine Protection Research Sanctuaries Act. Also in 1972, the Convention on the Prevention of Marine Pollution by Dumping of Waste and Other Matter, commonly called the London Convention, came into force in 1975 to control ocean dumping activities. In 1973, the EPA issued the first ocean dumping permits under the MPRSA. Another problem was recently discovered when scientists examined fish and shellfish from various markets in California and Indonesia. Most of them had plastics or textile fibers in their bodies. Another research team looked to see if microplastics were hidden within one of the society's most widely used ingredient, commercial salt, which is often produced by evaporating seawater. And it turns out they were. That means that people could be consuming the plastic and trash invading the ocean and the animals' bodies. An effort to stop the gathering debris was put into place in 2019, and this was called the Interceptor. In the article I read about it, it states that it is capable of extracting 50,000 kilograms of trash per day, even reaching 100,000 kilograms per day under optimized conditions. The system is a floating barrier anchored to the ocean floor that uses the ocean's movement to guide trash into it. The ocean cleanup is the business responsible for the system, and they hope to tackle the 1,000 most polluting rivers, responsible for about 80% of ocean's plastic pollution. The United Nations has estimated that 5 to 10 million of plastics are traveling in the North Pacific Ocean between California and Japan. Although it is difficult to narrow down an exact amount of debris, it is estimated to be twice the size of Texas. The North Pacific subtropical gear is often called the Great Pacific Ocean Garbage Patch. It is here where colliding current traps plastic into a circulating pattern. Often misinterpreted as an island of plastic, the Pacific Ocean gear is a big nebulous clutter of large and small plastic pieces extending 100 feet deep. Scientists have discovered other major garbage patches that encompass just as much plastic, with speculation that there may be more. Some of these include the South Pacific subtropical gear, the North and South Atlantic subtropical gear, and the Indian Ocean subtropical gear. After a 20-year study, the North Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea are estimated to have 200,000 plastic pieces per square kilometer, thus signifying a problem of similar magnitude to the Pacific Ocean. These pieces These pieces of plastic are having a huge impact on the marine life that calls the ocean home, from the fish and sea turtles to even the birds. Numerous autopsies have shown that ingested plastic and tar are the primary culprits of stress and non-natural death of sea turtles. Debris including fishing line, ropes, nets, six-pack rings, styrofoam, and plastic bags have been extracted from turtles' digestive tracts. Plastic bags floating in the water strongly resemble the shape of a jellyfish, which happens to be the primary food source for a sea turtle, thus resulting in the ingestion of the bags. Small plastics such as bottle caps are often mistaken by seabirds for food. In several studies, it is found that diving birds that fed on fish in the water column had less plastic in their stomachs compared to those that were surface eaters. This could be because birds that maintain a diet of zooplankton may not be able to distinguish between plastics and their primary source of food due to the color or shape of these plastic pieces. There have not been any found published studies that show the effects of plastics on fish. Nevertheless, there is plenty of evidence supporting that fish are consuming plastics. Inconsistent results found among studies could possibly indicate important variables such as the location, number of plastics in the area, and the fish species that are occupying that area. A study conducted in the North Pacific Central Gear found that 35% of the 670 fish tested had a combined total of 1,375 plastic pieces in their stomachs. This equates to about 2.5 pieces of plastic per fish. Like the turtles and birds, the plastic in their system was clear and blue, which resembles their diet, plankton. The effects of dumping garbage in the ocean not only affects the marine life that calls the ocean home, but it also affects us. It affects our rivers, lakes, our ecosystem, and it also affects the people that rely primarily on the rivers and lakes for food, washing their clothes. This is a huge issue, and if this is not taken care of soon, or at least slowed down soon, this will be a very, very troubling and bad outcome for us. My name, well, you already know my name. That is my presentation. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hope you liked it.